Alrighty, also welcome back to another video. This right here is a Nike polo. It has a custom embroidery, the breakers from Palm Beach. And when I first started reselling, I used to never touch items that had embroideries on it. I just made the assumption that if it had like a custom embroidery, probably didn't have any value. I don't do that anymore. Like the last couple of years, I've made quite a bit of money picking up stuff that other people probably leave behind because they think with their embroidery it's not worth a whole lot, especially if you're down at a place like the Bins where you have a lot of time in between rotations to do the research. Found out that this right here, this embroidery right here in general does pretty well, and this polo right here sold for 20 bucks plus shipping. Probably only cost me 75 cents from the Bins. So this package alone right here has been returned twice for a bad address. So the first time the buyer reached out and said that it was going to be returned to me because they had something going on with their address, but they had it fixed at the post office, and so they asked me if I could resend it for the second time, and I was like, okay, cool. And so I reprinted the label once I received it back, and before I even put it outside to be picked up, I sent them a photo to make of the front of the label just to make sure that the address was exactly what it needed to be. He okayed it. And so again, yesterday it was returned for the second time. So this right here will probably end up being just a refund after I'm out of the shipping twice. But hey, that's kind of how the business goes sometimes. This is a fictitious item ad. The person returned it and said that it doesn't match the photos or doesn't match the description basically. And they put wrong color. Man, this is gray, at the very least white, and it shows up exactly the way it's photographed. It's not one of those situations where it's blue and sometimes it shows up as green. It went out to California and it probably didn't fit, and so to get all of their money back, they stated that it doesn't match photos or description, so you'll have to refund the price of the item plus the shipping. But again, I mean, what can you do in those situations? It's just kind of riding the wave of kind of how the customer service goes every now and again. For the most part, it's smooth sailing, but again, returns are part of the game, and dealing with stuff like this comes with it as well. Alrighty, so we got a pair of these Van Ultra ranges. These were really dirty when I found them laying inside one of the bins down at the Goodwill outlet. Nothing the washing machine can't fix though. These probably cost $2. And they flipped right away under a week for, I believe, 30 plus shipping. RG3. I picked this up at the Bins, new at tags, believe it or not. So probably cost $1.50. And I'm guessing they probably were just trying to get rid of these at whatever department store this came from. And the Commander that actually has a pretty good quarterback now, Jaden Daniels. But I remember when RG3 first came into the league, took it by storm. I think that year he won Rookie of the Year, but he got injured towards the end of the season, and his career was sort of down the wrong path after that. But anyway, this sold for 35 bucks plus shipping. So again, still probably got a lot of fans out there, and I'm just happy to see it move to a new household and probably not even a month. All right, so today I got 22 items in these 3 bags right here that I'm going to photograph and get listed for tomorrow. Because what I'm doing right now, I'm just kind of running a day ahead. So when I go to source in Nashville, which is usually all day, I can get listings done before I leave because their drafts are already completed. Alrighty, also, it's a new day at the Goodwill Bins. Let's go see what I can find. Alrighty, y'all, so it's a brand new day, and all these clothes you guys see behind me, I picked up at the bins yesterday, and these are going to be listed today as well. They've already been photographed, and I want to say I got at least half of these already drafted, so this will be a pretty quick listing session, probably 20-30 minutes, and then got to put those away. Alright, so I got this smart wool. I believe the model is a, what is it? I think it's, yeah, it's a classic base layer, just a thermal top. And I found this one at the Goodwill bins earlier this week, and I was sort of surprised because it was just laying on top of the bin. So initially I thought something was wrong with it, but the years of experience of just doing this, I know somebody probably looked at it, didn't know what the brand was, and so they just left it there. And this probably was only 75 cents, and I believe it sold for 45 plus shipping. So here is an example of just getting your knowledge base up so you can make more money reselling. This right here is a Carhartt, I believe it's a rain defender hoodie, and I found this in the section that's already been picked through, because here in Nashville they only rotate one section of clothing at opening, and so most of the regulars only shop in that section because the other two rows are items that's picked over from the previous day. And once I hit the new stuff, I always go to the old stuff, and most people just kind of hang out and just wait. But you just never know, because I mean, there could be 100 people looking through those bins, and everybody can't find everything of value. In this case right here, somebody threw this one back for the simple fact that it has these custom embroideries on them. But again, I've been reselling almost heading into my 9th year, and so I've just learned a ton over the years. I've sold Carhartt just the button-down work shirts with people's names on them, and those still sell for like sometimes 10, 12, maybe even 20 bucks plus shipping depending on the model. So that's just a prime example of just kind of having knowledge that other people don't have to keep a competitive advantage. I believe this right here, it's a little bit heavier. It probably costs $2 or so, but it sold for 15 bucks plus the $9 shipping, so right at like 24 bucks all in. All right, so taking care of a couple of customer service questions and just housekeeping things. So this customer reached out and asked if I could measure I guess the length of this sandal right here. So they wanted to be measured from the top to the bottom, and so it looks 11 inches maybe. And so these are some of the things that come up day to day. I try to be thorough in answering questions. Usually in my experience they don't equate to sales, but I still try to do the right thing as you should running a business. So I'll get this information here over to the customer, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, so I also need to order some more poly bags. So probably my most used poly bags are the 10 by 12. I know these right here are 9 by 12, but this is a really good deal because usually for this price right here I only get 200 for the 10 by 12, and I notice the 9 by 12 I can fit basically the same items that I would fit in the 10 by 12, so it's just a better value. Get 100 more bags for about the same price. And outside of maybe jackets, heavy sweaters, shoes, I fit 90% of the items that I'm going to be mailing to my customers in either the 9 by 12 or the 10 by 12, and it's very inexpensive to run your business with this shipping cost right here, because I'm selling basically the same thing: shirts, jeans, jerseys, and all of that stuff can fit in here. And so I'll go ahead and order these, and usually they come in really quick, and I try not to get lower than 200 before I order a batch, because I mean there could be a problem with the shipping or what have you, and so you just don't want to run your business that tight, because you have to, if you have to buy this from Office Depot or somewhere, it's just really expensive. Alrighty, so if you've been following for, I mean, just the last year, maybe not even at the last 6 months, you guys know I pick up the stuff that doesn't really sell for a lot of money. Got to keep the kids fed, the bills paid. These are just a pair of Columbia Sandy River shorts, and these don't sell for a ton of money, but I pick them up at the bins usually every time I see them. Only probably cost 50 cents, and both of these sold for $5 each plus shipping, so I'm getting 10, 11 bucks on a sale And again, the buy cost is so low, even if I can only profit $4 or $5, it's worth it for me. I mean, because the buy cost is literally nothing. So this is a Adidas Real Madrid soccer jacket. I picked this one up at Ross probably within a month of moving to Tennessee. So I've had it for probably 5 months or so, but they were only $25, and I knew eventually I could make a sale on it. I didn't think it would take this long, but I found 2 of them on this particular day. Both of them were 2XLs. And so made the first of hopefully another sale right after this for, I believe it sold for $75 plus shipping. Alright guys, so I got the shipping done, placed outside. The mail guy probably will pick up in the next whole 30 minutes to an hour. Got to put all of those clothes up behind me, and again, it's 20 items. The shipping is probably only going to take no more than 30 minutes because I did confirm I have half the drafts already completed, so it's going to be a really quick process with that right there. But I think this is where I'm going to cut the video off. I just kind of wanted to give you guys more of a deeper glance at how I'm running the business. I know I was at the bins a couple of days, just kind of gave you a little bit of footage there, but trying to experiment on ways to provide just some different kind of content. I know in Oregon, most of the content I had was revolved around sourcing, and that worked there because I source more. Here, I'm sourcing basically 3 fewer days, and so it's just not much of an opportunity to provide a ton of sourcing content, because on the days I go to Nashville, I have to be locked in because I only have a couple of days to really get as much stuff as possible. But I appreciate you guys for coming along with me. If you got anything out of the video, like it. Consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll catch you guys right back here on the next video. Succeed.